Topic for the day is biological warfare, and Swapnil, who is preparing for his upcoming CDS OTA entry, is going to deliver a lecture on this topic. So must watch till the end. It's going to be very effective. Jai Hind.
Friends, the humankind has been evolving right since its starting of this civilization, and so have the forms of warfare. We have seen that it started with the sort of Chaturanga Bala forces such as the chariots, the horsemen and other, and now we are living in a sort of an era where we have such massive destruction weapons like the nuclear weapons and various others. The rarest and the most lethal ones specifically, and the most deadliest ones, are the biological weapons. So Jai Hind, ladies and gentlemen. Today I, Swapnil Singh, is here to deliver a lecturate on the topic biological warfare. My friends, recently, few months ago, our ex-army chief, General Manoj Mukund Narvane, retired, was talking at the Pragyan conclave about the future contours of warfare. He was specifically talking about the sort of an addition in the conventional warfare where the ground forces would be left non-communicable with their command headquarters because of the, you can say, cyber attacks, right? So they won't be able to actually communicate with their main head branch, we can say, like Delhi. So add to that, the future contours can also be in the form of biological warfare. Now, although there are certain sort of global rules and laws such as the UN Convention on Biological Weapons of 1972, this is one of the rarest of the rare sort of convention which is signed by almost all the countries. It is signed by approximately 180 countries, in which the production, development and piling up of biological weapons or even pathogens is not it is actually prohibited. So that is the thing. But recently we have seen certain sort of controversies, such as we can take the recent example of the Ukraine-Russia war, or you can call it as the Russian military operations in Ukraine, as it calls it. There, Russia had alleged in a specific UNSC meeting that US was developing biological weapons in the laboratories of Ukraine. They found certain pathogens that were destroyed, and that sensed that US was actually collaborating with Ukraine for developing biological weapons. Now, although such a convention has already been signed wherein the biological weapons are not supposed to be developed, but that was the scenario. And if we talk about the history, although the UN convention was signed in 1972, prior to that, in the Second World War, Germany was the first country that had used the biological weapons for the first time, although on a shorter scale, but it was the first as well. In the same war, even Japan had infected with the poison various water wells in China to test the spread of cholera and other diseases. So biological warfare is nothing but the use of pathogens like virus, bacteria, fungi and other pathogens, basically to infect great amount, or you can say infect the people or the soldiers on a large scale. We all know the sort of destruction that nuclear weapons do, but the rare of the rare the thing is that biological weapons are massive in destruction and also very destructive in the sort of lethal character. It infects one person and it spreads to others as well, and the death is very, you can say, deadly, we must say. The spread of chlorine even in the you can say World War was such use of biological weapons. Now, as an important country, India should come up at the world stage as a world leader, and should come up with the sort of clause in the UN convention that there should be a formal sort of legal procedure wherein the UN Convention on Biological Warfare should be tested in all the signed countries, such that there can be conformity in that the signatory countries that they are actually not building. There should be repeated sort of, you can say testing in the labs of these countries by WHO, and that should be done. Now recently the COVID-19 outbreak was termed as a biological warfare, although WHO said that it did not spread from Wuhan. That was somewhat crucial to be, because Wuhan was the first city from where the virus originated. Then it was such a sort of, you can say, a crucial part wherein it wasn't supposed to be of China's trap. So that is the thing. And further, I think you should also must know that Indian Army has also various protective gears. It has the CBRN outfit, which stands for the outfit of the Indian Army, or the uniform that protects the soldiers from chemical, biological and radioactive and nuclear weapons, basically. So they protect them from the radiations, basically, and that is the protective gear. And further, we all should be geared up for biological warfare in the future, because recently, just 5 months or 6 months ago, Chinese PLA, the People's Liberation Army, was conducting war drills on biological warfare in Tibet region. That is, you can call it as the Western Theater Command of China. So that was the scenario. So I think you would have got to know a lot about it. Thanks a lot.